Hello Rebel and welcome back to my life. So I've been a super huge fan of the Netflix original show Sense8. I've actually been a huge fan. I've raved about it. It's the #1 show that I talk about. It's the #1 show that I recommend to friends. It might be my favorite TV show ever. And in case you haven't heard, last week Netflix canceled it. And it always sucks when a show that you love gets canceled, but this one is actually really messed up. More than just the fact that we won't get to see how the story ends. And this applies to The Get Down as well, which Netflix also canceled. And admittedly, I have not watched that one, but it is on my list. It is a priority. It is a show led by people of color. It was important to a lot of people, and yeah, it got canceled. Now, Netflix doesn't share their viewership data. They don't tell us how many people are watching, but we can assume that these two series were underperforming, right? Otherwise, why would they cancel them? But viewership aside, did they really expect us to believe that these two shows are worse than Iron Fist or 13 Reasons Why? In terms of quality, Sense8 Season 2 had better ratings than House of Cards Season 3, which was just a really bad season, but that show just keeps trucking right along. Now, of course, Sense8 probably didn't receive as much viewership as House of Cards, but of course it did because they marketed it for shit. I had to find out on social media when Sense8 Season 2 came out. Netflix didn't even let me know about it, even though I've watched that show, the first season, more than once. But when Iron Fist came out, I could not escape it. Not only did it display a first thing when I opened Netflix after it released, but I got notifications on my phone that Iron Fist had released, even though I hadn't watched it. It's a brand new thing. Why would you push the notification out to me? Now, I have been a hardcore Netflix fanboy. I have talked about it. I have promoted it. I've gotten into knockdown, drag-out arguments with friends about Netflix. And I did that because I thought that Netflix was doing representation better, that they were making strides in how a media company should create their content and present it to the world. And that is literally how they positioned themselves when they started making original content. We will make the shows and media properties that network TV won't take a risk on. Now, they're canceling unique concepts, which, let's not forget, are led by people of color and LGBT creators in favor of superhero shows and political thrillers. Wow, so progressive and edgy. Where else would we ever find that sort of content? My main reason for supporting Netflix has now been undercut, and it leaves me wondering, why should I maintain a subscription? Because if they're just gonna keep doing the same old, I might as well just be watching regular TV. Every company starts out by differentiating itself, right? We are different. We are going to do it better than it's ever been done before. But too often, after they achieve success, which remember, they achieved with the help of people who wanted something different, who wanted it to be done better, they abandon those people in favor of chasing more dollar signs and bigger mass appeal. I really thought Netflix was going to be different. I wanted to support them. Hell, I wanted to work with them one day. And now I just couldn't care less. To those who do appreciate new ideas and diversity, please don't be discouraged by this. Keep on supporting diverse content and especially diverse creators. Eventually, someone is going to realize how big of an audience potential is untapped. And when they do, they will make all of the money and keep it. Diverse stories and unique content are not going anywhere. And when they finally get their day in the sun, I am not going to spare a single backwards glance for the traditional media companies that they left in the caves. And that is all I've got for you today, Rebel. Check out my last video on the channel right up there, or check out my Patreon right down there to see my secret weekend videos. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you on Friday. Bye!